You might not like this video. It might ruffle some feathers. I might get some dislikes. You might disagree with me. All of that is fine because I feel like I need to say this. And I hope it helps. That's where I'm coming from. It's from a place that I hope is constructive. So know that I say this out of love and I say this out of hope to help you as a writer. When I say that writer's block is not real, writer's block is an excuse. I think it's a cover story that us writers use to mask something much deeper, whether that's fear, lack of commitment, or self-doubt. We'll talk about some of those reasons, but if we keep writing off the reason that we can't get words on the page as writer's block, keep going with that simple answer, writer's block, then we're not really going to get to a real solution because we're not looking at the real problem. So that's what I want to do today. I want to break beneath that surface level answer and look at why are you not writing? Why are you not able to get words on the page? Why do you keep stopping? Why will you not just finish a draft? Why, when you do finish a draft, do you say it's horrible? Do you give up on it? That's what I want to talk about. First point I have is that writer's block could be fear in disguise. It's the fact that you're not blocked, you're scared. You're scared that you're not good enough, your writing's not good enough, that people won't care, that you'll fail. But let me tell you a couple things here. The first being that fear is a liar. You hear me when I'm saying that? Fear is a liar. That voice in your head is not gospel truth. It's trying to get you to quit before you ever begin. And that's the type of thing that really gets under my skin because I know that people are gifted such passion and such ability to write, and they have this idea, but then they beat themselves, they defeat themselves before ever really putting pen to page, and then their story becomes trapped forever in their grave. Their headstone, boom, sits over them and their potential because they wouldn't let themselves try. They let that fear win, and that bothers me. That really bothers me. So I want to say that to you, and I want to say that all of these fears are things that you should start embracing as truths, as realities, as a part of the process. You're not good enough, your writing's not good enough, you're gonna fail. Yeah, all of that's gonna happen. All of it's happened to me, all of it's happened to every writer that has ever had a career. People are not going to like your stuff. You're going to get bad reviews. You're going to read a draft of yours and be like, whoa, that is horrible. Dude, it's all a part of the process. That is what it is to be a writer. Stop thinking your first draft is going to come out as perfect as the polished final draft of somebody else. It's a first draft. It is a blueprint, not a fully formed skyscraper, right? So give yourself some credit. Embrace the fact that all of those fears are just a part of the game. All right, the second point I have is that you're not prioritizing your writing. So let's get a little tough love here. Let's get a little honest with yourself, please. Writer's block is sometimes a fancy way of saying, I'm not making time. Because somehow you've got time to be here on YouTube with me. Somehow you have time to be on Instagram. You've got time to watch that new Netflix show, whatever. But you do not have time to write somehow. Not even like a paragraph a day, not even 500 words a day or a page a day. What's going on there? Maybe it's not writer's block. Maybe it's bad time management. And I'm being funny because this is one I struggle with a lot. And I like getting into conversations with people when they say they don't have time to write, kind of getting them to quickly give an audit of their time. And it's like, ooh, I think you do have time to write. I think anybody could have time to write if they just prioritize correctly. That's just my thought, though. So schedule your writing and show up to those appointments. I have this heart condition and this liver disease, and when I have an appointment set, man, I got to make that. That's kind of important. And I set my writing appointments in my mind as equally important. I got to show up to those. That's life or death for me. Are you making it that much of a priority? Are you showing up when you say you're going to? It's important. Next one. Maybe you're avoiding the hard work, potentially. Because let's get real, writing is hard. It's really hard to write a book. It is not all just coffee shops and vibing out. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get stuck. You're like, oh, I don't know where the story's gonna go, or oh, it's that middle slump. I had such a great beginning. Oh, I had such a sweet ending in mind. I just don't know how to get there. Oh, but this character, this moment, this is really cool, but I don't know how to connect. It gets tough, man. There are situations that writers have to really work through. Really have to slow down and get methodical. You have to really push yourself intellectually to be like, what? How do I solve this problem? And that's difficult. But it doesn't mean you're a bad writer. It doesn't mean that you failed. It doesn't mean that you've got writer's block. It means you're writing. It means you're doing the thing. Again, this is just a part of it. Shift your priorities, shift your understanding, shift your paradigm. Sometimes sometimes writing is going to be very difficult. Embrace it. Embrace those hard chapters, push through it, expect it. Expect these challenges. Rise up to the challenge. Just simply change your perspective and rise to the occasion because you're tougher than you're giving yourself credit for. Keep on pushing, keep on fighting, keep on writing. Next one, guys. Maybe you're too afraid, and this is the last one. This is maybe the most important one. Maybe you're too afraid to be honest because the stories that really resonate, the stories that really land with people, they're the ones that come from a place of truth, of honesty, of authenticity. But to get that authenticity and truthfulness onto the page, you're going to have to be a little bit raw, a little bit vulnerable. You might have to take yourself to some places that are uncomfortable. And maybe you have to confront some things within yourself that are a little bit uncomfortable. And maybe you're not willing to do that. You have to ask yourself that question. Am I being too safe with my writing? And maybe that's why I'm so unhappy with it. Maybe I'm just chasing the market. Maybe I'm trying to guess what people are interested in reading rather than being honest and being myself on the page because maybe that's just too close to home. I don't want someone to read that. How am I supposed to? I don't want someone to know that. Well, then are you really cut out to be a writer? Because man, you have one singular perspective and it's yours. It's your perspective. And to waste it, dilute it, to change it based on chasing the market, that's not only unfulfilling to you, but that's unfulfilling to the reader. Don't do that. Embrace who you are. Be who you are on that page. But know that that's a bit tough. You got to be real. You know? That's where the magic happens, man. It's when you are yourself. So, yeah, that's all I've got today is that writer's block is not the real answer. It's something deeper. So ask yourself why. Be honest with yourself. Look, we can lie to people. We can do that. But we really can't lie to ourselves. Deep down, when we look ourselves in the eye, maybe not now, but maybe in 20 years, maybe in 30 years, maybe on your deathbed, you're going to look yourself in the eye and you're going to feel some very deep regret. You're going to feel very deep regret because you wouldn't answer these questions honestly on why can't I just give this a shot? And maybe take this out of writing for a minute. Whatever dream, whatever goal you have, why have you not given it a shot? Because my next question is, why not you? Why couldn't you make it work? Why can't this be a reality? Man, I believe in you. I do. And I don't even know you. But I know that if this story is gnawing at you, it's there for a reason. I truly believe that. And I think every story selects a person. And if you're willing to fight for it, man, that's what the world needs. That's what the world needs. So I hope this helps. Hope I didn't make you too mad by saying it was an excuse. Hear me out. It was just from a place of trying to help. But I will see you guys in the next one. Please give this a like if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to me if you got value out of this. Let's chat. I'm on Instagram at ls_author. I'll chat with you in the DMs. We'll talk further. We'll go more into maybe why you have writer's block or whatever subject you want to talk about with writing. You can find me on the Men's Adventure Fiction podcast with Nathaniel Hummel. Me and Nathaniel Hummel wrote Fighting Hard a Man together, collection of short stories. I'm the author of Vipers and Red Rocks, You can check that out as well. But yeah, man, let's just talk. Let's chat. I want to help. So I'll see you in the next one. Take care.